Jai Guru, my humble pranams at the lotus feet of Pujya Swamiji, Nutan Swamiji, and Ma Gurupriya ji. I'm excited to start this series on In Conversation with Ma Gurupriya ji. Are you all ready? Yes? Louder, yes? Okay. So, Ma, of course, needs no introduction. And Namrata ji did orient all of us about how Ma is an epitome of devotion. She's a motherly figure for all of us at the ashram and for all of Pujya Swamiji's devotees across the globe. Now, I don't know how many of you all knew this. Ma is also a PhD holder in physics. And in the year 1987, Ma relinquished her professional pursuits to be completely under the service of Pujya Swamiji. Ma has this wonderful knack of storytelling. I don't know how many of you all have listened to her weekly satsangs. Her storytelling is amazing. Sometimes when it comes to Vedanta, there are a lot of difficult concepts. Vairagya, mumukshutvam, viveka. And we might think that, this is something that is very difficult to pursue. But Ma has this wonderful knack of simplifying all these difficult concepts of Vedanta and telling us, giving us practical tips on how do we apply them in our daily lives. And you can go on listening to Ma's stories and instances with her experiences with Pujya Swamiji. Of course, to pull out all of that from Ma, what you need to do is ask questions. Yeah. So Ma, most of us, when it comes to the concept of devotion, we think that it's all about going to a temple, performing certain rituals, wearing a traditional attire. So Ma, my question is, what is the meaning of devotion? And what are the qualities of a true devotee?
Very good. Very good question. I'll answer. And through this question, I think many other things should come as a question in all of you. So I will start. I was trying to tell you at that time that the chanting that you were hearing is my voice. And I myself sometimes feel that, my voice was so sweet. Because my voice is completely gone. And I cannot chant to my own liking. And voice has cracked. As I was telling the other day, I had to be on voice rest for quite a few periods. And that was a time when I just couldn't talk. But now, at least God has given me the voice to talk. And very strangely, I've found that generally when we talk much, the voice cracks. And mine, when I start, it cracks. And when I keep on talking, it becomes better. So at the end, I start chanting quite well, though the sweetness of the voice is completely gone. So one of our devotees told me that, Ma, you had such beautiful voice and your voice is gone. And how do you feel about it? So I said that I don't think I'm quite okay. And then I told him, and I cannot sing now. I could not sing and tell her. I don't know whether many of you have heard about Rabindranath Tagore. He is a Nobel laureate, and he has many compositions, songs and poems, and which were all for inner growth. And the songs were mostly addressed to the Lord, and most of the songs had a lot of thought-provoking ideas by which you will start thinking that, I have these shortcomings. And to see the Lord in everything, I must get over these shortcomings and see Him everywhere. His compositions on nature. If you just read them, listen to them, and you will all be able to read only the translations. It just makes you feel that you are one with the Supreme God. So that song was that let my mind be singing your name, and let me sing your name always. But if you make me silent, then also I should be able to chant your name and be connected to you internally. So I told her that yes, as long as God gave me a voice and I was chanting and singing, and I was myself, it is for my own delight, that I sing or chant. And my own delight, I mean the delight of my own within, my inner Lord. And if He has chosen to take it away, that is also okay. The outside voice is not there. But who can stop me from taking His name and be connected to God? Nobody can take it away. So she was asking, what does true devotion mean? True devotion actually means to be connected with the Lord always, to find Him inside, to find Him everywhere, in all thoughts, all speech, all activities, and in all interactions. That is, from the time we wake up to the time we go to bed, all that we do, in everything there will be association of God. We cannot forget that we are a part of Him, we are born of Him, He is the Creator, we have the whole universe, including ourselves, have emerged from Him. So this is what one devotee should think always and try to have. So I was thinking that, this is my journey. I have wanted to have that feeling of divinity always, throughout everything. I was telling you yesterday also. So I felt that whatever I speak, I think automatically I will try to tell you and try to make you inspired and try to explain to the best of my ability how you can make your thought spiritual, your speech spiritual, your activity spiritual, your interaction spiritual, and every moment spiritual and devotional. So would you like to know that? But then you should give me freedom. Sometimes I may go from Bhagavad Gita to other shlokas, which will be very, very relevant. And definitely you can ask me questions, and to the best of my ability I will reply you. Now the first thing that I want to tell you, today actually the retreat has started, though Pujya Swamiji gave an orientation to the whole Bhagavad Gita yesterday evening. But I would like to tell you that all of you have come here, and it is very nice to see all of you. And I find that you're a very good group. The group is very attentive, receptive. And Uttam Swamiji, who has had his session already, was saying, I heard him telling Ravi, the group is very good. So when the listeners are good, when their receptivity, their attention, their Shraddha is good, it brings the best from the speaker also. So I was feeling that we must understand what should be our attitude while we listen, right? We are listening. And most of you have now these YouTubes to listen. And this is a very, very blessed opportunity to just be in front and listen in a cozy atmosphere. So, how the listening should be done? And why is it that everybody listens, but many then afterwards cannot retain and cannot apply? Why does that happen? So, our scriptures say that this Shravanam, listening is called Shravanam, There is Shravanam Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. That is, we must listen, and earlier days, it was only listening. So now you can read also, listen to the other lectures also. But earlier it was Guru Mukhat Shravana. You must listen sitting at the feet of the Guru. And you have to listen and internalize it. That is, you must, then your listening will be perfect when you immediately or simultaneously you do reflection over what is being taught. You understand? So I said that my whole journey was to understand that how every moment can be divine, how I can always be connected to God inside and outside, right? Because God is all-pervading, Self is all-pervading, Brahman is all-pervading, but we are seeing plural things. Everybody is different from each other, every object is different from each other. Then how do we find that oneness in the midst of all plurality? How do we remain connected to that oneness? And what do we really understand by God? By God, it is, we say, all-pervading. But the figures, generally in our culture, we have so many deities. As Swamiji was saying, so many deities we have. The deities are imagined by us. Some is fond of Shiva, some is Krishna, some is Durga, some Kali, some Ganesha. So those are imagined by us. But each god, their characteristic is all-pervading. So it is not that we have different gods and different deities. God as a such, as an entity, is all-pervading. And where is He? He is everywhere because it's all-pervading. So naturally He is within us also. That feeling. Now, when I'm saying all these things, your mind should do reflection. Okay? Your mind should do reflection. It's not only hearing the knowledge. Your mind should think, oh, okay, my saying like this, and I also know this, I've been hearing this is a knowledge in me, but in my day-to-day life, really do I feel so? If I do not feel so, what do I do to feel so? You understand? Immediately, simultaneously, this manana should take place. Whatever you are hearing, whoever is speaking, try to have this manana. It's not just, so this Shravana should be done with lot of Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Attention. Lot of Shraddha. And listen with full Shraddha, not while thinking of other things. That is, wholesome focus should be there. And it is true that we are not able to keep wholesome focus. Even while listening, our mind goes here and there. Then we'll have to see why my mind is going here and there. It may go sometime or little bit, but how to make it more and more focused? That should be one aim in life then. Then, not doing any other work. Say many people, then one day many people say that as soon as I get up in the morning, I put on an YouTube and I keep on listening. Many are driving and listening. Many are walking and listening. But is that listening your idea? Or making whatever you are listening, at least a part of it, your aim of that day, or maybe next few days. Doing reflection while listening, that, I'm not like this. Oh, I become like this? Say, many times we say that you have to have your love for self, love for realization, love to know the truth should overpower your love for worldliness. This you are hearing, I think all of you are seekers. We have been listening for quite some time. So when you are hearing this, the assessment should be there. Is it happening in me? am I giving that much of value to what I'm hearing? Or it is just a fulfillment? Just like eating something very sweet, as long as you're feeling, get a sweet, you feel happy that, or any other thing that you do which you like, it becomes only that and not your own. So while doing any work, it should not be just listening while doing work, but manana should also take place. But I know that all of you are active, you are doing you are going for your office work, your domestic work, raising children, this, that, duties are there, responsibilities are there. So much of whole focus you will not be able to get right in the beginning. But the aim should be to assess oneself, analyze oneself, that am I becoming better every day? Is my worldliness reducing and the love for this path increasing? Then have faith in what you hear. That is very, very important. Faith in what you hear. And not take it conveniently. Oh, whatever is being said, I think this part is not necessary for me. Or I have heard it in a different manner. So my friend told me that the other day somebody was telling, Swamiji, is there not a very, shortcut method for self-realization? So a young couple, they had taken initiation, and after initiation, saying, Swamiji, is there not a shortcut method for self-realization? So Swamiji also replied, and I was there, so I said that I have to say something. Is there any shortcut method? You are an engineer. Was there any shortcut method for you to be an engineer? And now you are holding a high post. Was there any shortcut method to become, to hold that post? You have to go through it. And it will take time. And to become an engineer or a doctor, how much time you have given? If you wanted to become a good student and take to a good line so that you pass the competitive exams and you get to a line, how much hard work you have done. So similarly, here also effort is necessary. So whatever is being told, know that it is the truth and you should have faith. And then get drenched and soaked in whatever you hear. This is what I want to say. Get drenched and soaked in whatever you hear. So here I will chant one shloka. This is from Viveka Chudamani, Shankaracharya's last composition, where the Shishya, the student, has come to the Guru and asking question. That day I told, and I explained the invocation. Oh, today I forgot the invocation. Anyway, let it be. So this be the invocation. So the Shishya has come and asking, just like Arjuna. You've got the background of Bhagavad Gita, all of you know. Arjuna suddenly felt fearful, doubtful, deluded, and simply fell off. Everything fell off his hand. And he asked Krishna that, please guide me. I am your Shishya. He said, I am your student. They are cousin brothers actually. So then he said that I want to get instructed from you as your student. Please guide me. So here also in all scriptures it is like this. A student comes to the Guru and asks. Now in this Viveka Chudamani, Shankaracharya describes a very good, question answer session. The Shishya comes, how he does pranam to the Guru and then tells that I feel always very anxious. I feel that the worldliness is gripping me. I feel fearful, afflicted. Sometimes I feel that darkness, no decision I can take. I think that is very common to everybody. Feeling unhappy, feeling depressed. So he was telling that, is there any way? And the Guru said, yes, definitely there is a way. First he looks at him And but just by the look, he has taken away most of his fear. You know, in this world, everybody wants to be happy, peaceful, and fearless. Is there anybody who will raise the hand that you do not want to be this? Everybody wants to be. And who can give us fearlessness? Only the Guru can give. Only this knowledge can give. You may have a lot of money in your bank. You cannot write a check and get fearlessness from anywhere. Not from a shop, not from a bank, not from your savings. Only knowing this truth, the supreme knowledge, which the Gurus impart, the saints impart, you can become fearless slowly. And Swamiji always says, unaffectedness is liberation. When you are unaffected, when will you be unaffected? When you are fearless. And that will be the eternal peace, eternal happiness. So, this Shishya, when he comes, he says, Brahmanandarasanubhuti kalitaihi putais sushitair yushmadvak kalashojhitai shruti sukhaihi vakyamritais sechaya santaptam bhavatapadavadahanajwalabhirenam prabho धन्यास्ते भवदीक्षण क्षणगते पात्रीकृता स्वीकृताः. Do you like to listen to chantings? Yeah. So, what is he saying? That, oh my Lord, he is addressing the Guru as, oh my Lord, I have come to you. I am sitting at your feet. And I want to hear from you the supreme truth, knowledge about the supreme truth, which you have realized. Brahmananda rasanubhuti. Anubhuti means experience. Experience of what? Brahmananda. Having realized Brahman, the happiness, the ananda, the joy, the delight that you have had, the nectarine joy that you have experienced, I want to hear about that. And why do I want to hear about that? I feel that that is the only thing which will make me fearless in this world, unaffected in this world, expanded in this world. My constrictions will go, my shackles of my mind will go, and I will feel free. And he says that I am scorched by the worldliness. What are the worldliness? Our attachments, All of you are from the household, and you know that and the household, so many struggles are there. And the suffering is most because of the attachment to the family, attachment to the children, grandchildren, the relatives, the qualification, the money, the name, fame, house, car, and everything. And the health. If we have a little issue in the health, we are afraid. What will happen? What will happen? So fear, everything is, smeared with fear in this world. Everything. If you have a lot of money and you are able to enjoy, what is the fear? Enjoying. But suppose somebody gets sick. I get sick, or my wife gets sick, or my children get sick, I will not be able to enjoy anymore. Then, if you are in a very good family and lineage, always there is a fear that your family, somebody in your lineage will tarnish your name. And if you have a lot of money, always there will be fear of getting robbed, the money getting lost, or you are not able to preserve the money, or how to save the money in a more better manner. All these tensions will be always there in the mind. And not talking about income tax and all that. Then, what is the next line? Vitte Nepalad bhayam, mane dainya bhayam, And if you are very qualified, you are very honorable, there is always a fear that my honor will be reduced. Then there is many thing. If you are a very learned person, there may be another learned person. So always there is a competition. Oh, everybody says that I lecture very well. Oh, suppose somebody else comes up and everybody, all the listeners go to that. Do not come to my lecture, or do not feel that I am quite up to it. Now there are more people. It can be anything. In any profession it is like that. Even if you are spiritual, you have to leave these fears. And ultimately, and rupe jaraya bhayam. While you are young, you are very happy, you feel that you are at the top of the world. And one wrinkle, one grey hair, gone. Oh, I'm aging. What will happen now? Now, how to preserve my youth? How to preserve my beauty? That becomes a fear. And ultimately, kaya kritantad bhayam. That is because the body is there, the body will fall one day. You know, the scriptures say, as the body is born, death is also born, and it follows you. We are not noticing it. That is the thing. We are not noticing it. So, then it says that sarvam vastu bhayanvitam. Everywhere there is bhaya, a fear. And where there is no fear, in vairagya, dispassion. What is dispassion? Many people feel that dispassion means you grow so much of hatefulness to the world and you take up sannyasa or go somewhere and do meditation. Not like that. Dispassion is towards this. The clingingness, the attachment, the feeling of that I must have this, the particular desires and expectations which may or may not happen, clinging to them. Leaving that is called dispassion. Leaving the ego is dispassion. So this man comes and says that I am getting scorched by all these things. I think all of us are getting scorched by all of this. At least, if not 100%, 70%, 50%, 60%. So he says that you have experienced. So, and I want to be drenched by your nectarine, ananda, delight. Why? It is very pure. Putaihi. Sushitaihi. It is very, very cool drink. Like if you are feeling hot, now today it is very hot. So yesterday I was feeling cold, so I wear a sweater and a shawl. Now I'm feeling hot. When we feel very hot, what do we want? And we are sweating, we want a bath. Cool shower. So he's saying that I'm getting scorched by the worldliness. I want a cool shower, and that shower is not actually of water. The water shower will only cool the body. It will not cool the mind. So what does he want? He is wanting to be drenched in the Brahmananda nectarine delight, which this self-realized person has experienced. And he comes and says that it is very cool and it is Shruti Sukhaihi, very pleasant to hear, right? It is very pleasant to hear. And it is like nectar. So I feel that you are having that nectarine water which is very sweet, very pure, very cool, and I am here getting scorched. You are holding it as if in a pitcher. I am sitting at your feet. Please pour it on me and drench me. Are you having that kind of feeling? All of you? Very good. Very good. That is why we are saying that the audience is good. We should be like this. When we listen, our feeling should be that I'm getting, drenched. Just like if, ink splashes and we put a blotting paper, how the blotting paper will soak away the ink. We should soak the whole knowledge. And after that comes how to retain it. That Nutan Swamiji was telling. So we will talk about all that. What is this retentivity? I am talking about this. That this retention, there will be many concepts, we will understand it, we'll be very happy to understand. Ultimately, it is to constantly remain connected with that inner self and the universal self. That is, find divinity everywhere, in everything, whatever you do, and you feel happy doing it. So, also it says, I just now told that you must have faith about what you hear. And it also says, not only faith, you must have humility. You must have humility that whatever is being told, I know it better. In such and such book, it has been explained in a better manner. It will be there. Many people will write their experiences. Many others will also explain. But when you are hearing the scriptures, that is why we are saying that questions should come to the mind, even if you have known it in a different manner, or you feel that something else was easier to understand, you should bring up that point that I did not understand. Can you tell me how I can practice this? So, humility should be there, and one should have qualities which are conducive to retentivity. Understand? That is, you are hearing. Everybody said that your feelings are like this shishya, where you feel that you want to be drenched by this knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, and you are looking for that truth. In that case, everybody, first of all, must have humility. Then one must also see that what hinders me when we go out or we are not in the association, what is hindering so that I'm losing the touch. You understand? So, what defects are there? Maybe there will be a lot of attraction for otherworldly things which are not very conducive. So, what should be done? How you should discipline your mind so that your mind becomes more and more focused. All these things should be thought of. Now in Bhagavad Gita, I come to Bhagavad Gita. So through Bhagavad Gita or through any other scripture, what we want to know is how to become divinized every moment or spiritualized every moment. Now in Bhagavad Gita, there are 18 chapters, and I think Swamiji will give you a whole understanding about all the concepts there. I will not go to any concept. But I would like to tell you Bhagavad Gita in a manner that has been my own journey. Okay? What all difficulties I faced, I also face the same thing. Why is it that I am not able to understand? Or why is it that the mind goes away? Or why is it that the mind is not able to remain focused? So, first of all, in Bhagavad Gita, I think many of you know, I need not tell, but still I'll tell in short. It is in the second chapter, Krishna is talking about the self. And what does he say? The self is imperishable, eternal. The body only dies, the self does not. And it says that our true identity is the self, which is eternal, imperishable, changeless, birthless, deathless. There are slokas like na jayate, na mriyate, va kadachit and all that. I am not going to take those. I'll take those which will be very applicable for sadhana. So there are such in the second chapter where it says that the self cannot be cut, self cannot be dried, it cannot be wetted. It is always there. Nityah sarvagatah sthanuhu achaloyam sanatana. Nityah means eternal, and Nityah sarvagatah means all pervading it is, and achaloyam, it cannot be moved, and it is always fixed, sthira, and sanatana. It is from the primordial time, it is there. It is always there. So these are the definition of the self. And in self-realization, if we have to understand, like Arjuna, he was listening. So I told you about Shravana. Now just imagine, in this Shravana, what did I say? That we must be listening with Shraddha for our own growth. Not for any punya, that is not to have feeling that, oh, it's a very good thing to do. It's a very good thing to listen to these things. Always listen and become. Always have reflection. And this Shravana should be accompanied by manana. Now, if we come back to Bhagavad Gita, how long did Krishna talk to Arjuna? Maximum 2 hours, 2.5 hours, not more than that. So with how much attention he was hearing, reflecting, internalizing, and then he got up. He said, yes, I've understood. All my delusions are gone. Now I'm ready for a fight. So are we listening like that? If we are not listening like that, how can we listen? What is actually hindering our listening? That we must understand. At least that question should be there. And we will find that it is in Bhagavad Gita only, so many places it has said that we do not know how to remain connected through our thought, our actions, etc., etc. How we allow our mind to get lured away, attracted away, and by our senses. The senses are there. The senses, 5 senses, it has many things to see, and it tells the mind that I want to have it. So our senses are constantly going outward. But whatever the senses get, suppose what I wanted I got, what will happen? There will be a satisfaction. And with that what will come? Anxiety. I will lose it. It will be lost after some time. So how to preserve it? Now the thing is that our life is changeful. Life along with our body, mind, intelligence complex is changeful. The only changeless is the soul. That is what Krishna is emphasizing in the beginning. The only thing, the Dehi, is the changeless. It doesn't move. It is always remaining same. On that substratum is going on the play of nature in our body also, in our senses, in our mind, our intelligence, which are changeful. Our body has changed from young age to whatever age everyone is. Mind has changed. When we were young, the mind was something. Now slowly we become mature. Intelligence changes. We were initially not understanding many things. Slowly, when we grow up, we start understanding. So the body, mind, intelligence, ego, everything changes. What does not change is the soul, which enlivens this body. This body without the presence will not be enlivened. So this is what Krishna is emphasizing. And Arjuna is hearing, reflecting, and trying to do. Now only this thing he has not told. Krishna is telling Arjuna that you have to be active. You cannot run away from this war. And to make him understand that, he has given many concepts. Out of that, one very important one is the samatva concept. That be ready to accept the world as it is. And in what manner you should do your work. So, ready means what he says, So I will come to some shlokas. See, if you go to the second chapter, you will find 2.70. Apuryamanam achalapratishtham samudramapah pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sa shanti mapnoti na kamakami. Okay. Apuryamanam achalapratishtham. It is actually comparing. Krishna is telling Arjuna, what is happening in our lives? What is happening in Arjuna's life now? In what context Krishna is talking? Arjuna is feeling depressed, fearful, deluded. He is in ignorance and he is very confused. So to bring him out of that, this is one of the slokas where Krishna is saying that one must be like the ocean. Like in the ocean, so many rivers come and meet. Nothing happens to the ocean. It doesn't overflow and, and flood all the things nearby. It accepts everything and still remains unaffected by the entry of many, many rivers. It remains unmoved. Similarly, all the experiences that happen in one's life, what will happen? So many experiences we have. And what happens to us? We become affected. If somebody tells a little something, we get affected. If that somebody does not say also, you will feel that I was not praised, I was not given any appreciation, nobody understood that I have done so much of work, and I did the work but the other one got praised. These are our problems. And always we are expecting and desiring. Say you leave aside the desire of getting a big house or big cars or name, fame, prestige, recognition, you leave aside that, wealth, property. This very simple desires and expectations that I should be loved by everybody. I should be talked to softly. People should be considerate to me. People should understand my nature and behave with me. These small things, even in family, between children and parents, between husband and wife, all these things are constantly happening. In your workplace, with the colleagues, with the bosses, all these expectations are always there. That is why I think Swamiji is emphasizing that are you liking each other? Because in groups, after some time, one will not like another. And there will be small groups. Some small group will be formed and they will like each other. And another group will be formed, they will only talk to each other. So to become universal, become self, we are having a retreat. My dear children, I feel that because I'm saying that I can talk only about my experience, my journey. And I have found that at the feet of my Guru, Swamiji, we have only learned not the scriptures, how to become universal. How to become universal, not the scriptures. Yes, scriptures we have learned. He has taught us many scriptures, and he doesn't ever, except for Bhagavad Gita and some of the Upanishads, it's not that shloka by shloka he goes into bhashyas and all that. He says you will understand everything. But all this understanding and learning, if you are not able to bring to your own life, in your behavior, in your actions, in your thoughts, what is the use of learning? So through everything, we have, through the scriptures, through the Guru Sanghas, through the, seva that we did, we are always learning to become universal, to embrace everybody. If you come to our ashram, you will see that a known person, an unknown person, a rich person, a poor person, completely from a village or from a city or from America, whoever comes, we embrace them similarly. We feed them similarly. We have no distinction. Suppose we get to hear from the reception, a phone call will come, a person has come, a wandering monk, very poor, has come when the Annakshetra, the kitchen has got closed. So definitely somebody will come and try to feed him with whatever it is there is. One will do it for one's own son or daughter, right? But suppose unknown people keep coming every day, I think one will get irritated. We do not become. We are embracing. So through all this, we are only learning how to become universal. That is why this sloka, this example, Apuryamanam achala pratishtham, that is, all the rivers are coming into the sea is remaining as it is. Nothing is happening. So, similarly, a seeker, a true seeker should grow to that dimension. To grow to that dimension, and then what will happen? Sa shantim apnoti. What is shanti? Peace. That person will have peace. Not the ones who are kama-kami, not the ones who are going after what? Sensory pleasures. It's not said that you should not have pleasures alone. Absolutely not. No. But you should see whether whatever you are doing, it's not said that you should always remain like this, not laugh, not like that at all. You should mix with everybody, love everybody, do whatever is delightful, do that. It's like the young couples are there. They'll feel frightened if we say that don't go after sensory pleasures. But the pleasures also, all our senses, the five senses, we should be discriminative. That is, this Bhagavad Gita, Swamiji has told many times, it is a mento-intellectual text. It is a book of life. We should use our intelligence to see if we are really wanting that our life should be peaceful, then whatever we are doing, is it conducive to that or is it taking away from there? And then do. So Krishna has told it many times how to work, how to think, how to offer, how the whole life can become an offering to God. We'll come to that maybe tomorrow. So, in this sloka it says, peace. Apuryamanam achala pratishtham samudramapah pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sa shanti mapnoti na kama kami. Then he says, vihaya kama, this is the next one. This I said yesterday. Vihaya kaman yas sarvan pumams charati nisprihaha nirmamo nirahankaraha sa shanti madhigacchati. So here also he is saying, who will get peace? First he said that you should be having so much depth to accept what comes in life. You know, our problem is that we are not able to accept. We are not able to accept whatever has come. Whatever we have expected, desired, planned, suppose it happens, we are happy. But we do not give that thought in the mind that it can happen otherwise also. Say you have raised a child. Child is very good, has done everything. Suddenly the child dies. So, our scriptures say, always remember that the life will bring to you both and prepare your mind for both. Samatva, good and bad. Favorable, unfavorable. Honor, dishonor. Profit, loss. Sukha, dukkha. Happiness and unhappiness. Victory and defeat. Success, failure. Remain equal to both. That is the samatva. So Krishna is telling many things he has said. He has said this also. So now, he says again that shantim adhigachyati. You have to see to it that you are not caught by your desires. Vihaya kaman. Now desires, there will be so many desires. Some desires are good actually. If you don't desire to be a good student, how will you study? If you don't want to desire to keep your family in a comfortable manner, how will you work well? Desires are there. But are you getting a possessiveness about what you desire? That is, desire for the best, be happy with whatever you get. Suppose you desire, you never get it. So will you be depressed? No. Krishna says, yadrichha labha santushtaha. Whatever you get, be happy with it. Do your best without possessiveness, without attachment, without clinging. Give your full. He says, mukta sangha samachara. That is, do not be attached to this particular thing will make me happy. This is what I want. And if you do not get it, then you become depressed. No, not like that. Be flexible, but give your best. So, vihaya kaman, the desires, you have to see what desire is making you suffer in your mind with anxiety, with tension and all that. And, in this little period, how to tell everybody must be having some question. What about this problem? How to solve it? Everybody will be having that. So that is why it takes time. It is a life sadhana. And so this desire also, we must know that how the desire comes in the mind, and if you are not careful and attentive in the beginning itself, how it catches us and makes us a slave of the desire. So all these things are discussed in Bhagavad Gita. It says, Pumams charati nisprihaha. You should not have this particular feeling that I must have this or must have that. Nirmamaha, that mamata, that these are mine. This family is mine, the children are mine, this car is mine, this house is mine, wealth is mine. And you feel an attachment and feel you just cannot let go. You just hold on to it. Even to give out a little bit, you will be thinking so much. So, nirahankaraha, you should not have ego, should be humble. Then, shantim adhigachyati, it says. Then, it says that Raga-dvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyais charan atmavasyair vidheyatma prasadam adhigachyati. Now he has used, adhigachyati means one gets. Till now I was saying shantim adhigachyati, you get peace. Now he has used one word. That is also in this second chapter. Raga-dvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyais charan atmavasyair vidheyatma prasadam adhigachyati. So, prasadam, it says that you will get placidity. Placidity of the mind. What is placidity of the mind? It is that feeling of coolness of the mind. It is not only peace, it is a coolness of the mind, tranquility of the mind. And this tranquility or peace, it is not dependent on, generally we'll be very peaceful when everything is okay in life. Everything is going on all right, your job is okay, children are doing well, everybody is healthy, whatever you are wanting, planning is happening. So there is a satisfaction. But your satisfaction is dependent on what? On everything that you want to be according to your plan and wishes is going on well. It's dependent on that. And as soon as there is a break, you will be in disaster. This placidity, which this sloka said, I'll explain the sloka. This placidity doesn't depend on anything. Effortlessly the placidity will come. How will it come? Because it belongs to our own nature. Our nature, our true nature, our soul, what we actually are, we feel I'm this body-mind complex and I get agitated sometimes, disturbed sometimes, unhappy sometimes, disappointed sometimes, and sometimes proud. All these are happening to me. It's happening in the mind, which is changeful, we have already seen. It is happening in the intelligence, which is also changeful, which we have understood. So, actually, if we can go inside and sit in our own self, nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. So, how will that be? This shloka says, Raga-dvesha viyuktaistu Vishayan indriyais charan. 2.64 it is. You can write down if you are interested, write down. 2.64. Vishayan indriyais charan. Atmavasyair vidheyatma prasadam adhigacchati. What is raga and dvesha? Raga is attraction. Dvesha is repulsion. Likes and dislikes. Which is all of us know. I don't have to explain what is likes and dislikes. All of us have likes and dislikes. And when we suffer, when we have very strong likes and dislikes, that I don't like this at all. And I like this, so I want to have this only. Nothing else will give me any kind of satisfaction. So, strong likes and dislikes, that is the cause of suffering. So, raga and dvesha, viyuktaistu means devoid of. When you do not have either this attraction or repulsion, but you understand anything can come to me. You understand that samatva that I said, that equanimity that I said. In my life, I may like something, but I may not get it. Or if I dislike something, I may get it. And this happens very often to us. So, very often means every day it happens. You have gone to take food. You find that the food which is given, you don't like it at all. So the mind will be, oh, what is this? Today the food is not good. I am saying the very simplest example. A great example, you can find out your own examples. And actually, I was saying that you must ask questions. You should find out like this. Why, yes, in this situation I always think like this. How it can be handled. Then, so Raga-dvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyais charan. Now, we are always in a plural atmosphere. So many objects are there, so many situations are there, so many people are there, so many thoughts are there, so many ideas are there, so many plans are there. We are in the midst of all that. So our mind is always in the midst of all that. Our senses are roaming about. In spite of that, we can have that prasadam, placidity, which is effortless, which comes from the soul, only when we will make a practice of making the mind equal to raga and dvesha, likes and dislikes. That is, not allowing the mind to get disturbed by likes and dislikes. That is, when I get something I like, I am elated. When I don't get it, I am very depressed. So making a practice. So now I have come to practice, right? So remember it. Slowly we will go into practice. Then Raga-dvesha, and also what? Atmavasyahi, vidheyatma. Now how will you practice this raga and dvesha samatva? It says you have to restrain your mind you have to restrain your senses. So that is the practice. You understand? Now it is manana, manana, manana. Are you doing manana while are you listening? Connecting what we are saying? I don't know what you are doing, but I will help you in doing. I will help you. So what is that? When we are hearing this, what it is said, that we should be beyond raga and dvesha. And raga and dvesha you are understanding, no? Likes and dislikes. You understand? So likes and dislikes. And we should be equal to it. That is, having an equal disposition and think that anything can happen. Even if I've liked, I may not get it. So, and also restrain the mind and restrain the senses. So, in our life, whatever is happening, what is ultimately happening, we are becoming tense. We are becoming anxious. We are becoming fearful. Because we are allowing our mind and senses to take a free ride with whatever it wants to do. So we have to see how to restrict them, how to restrict and see that they are under our control and we are not under their control. And when we do that, then you will find the mind is not getting disturbed so much. What happens? That when there is an object, we think about it. Oh, it was very good. I would like to have it. Oh, to get it, I'll have to earn more. And it'll take a few years maybe. So you become anxious. Maybe you get the money. Then you start, as you start constantly thinking, that is why if you have constant, strong desires and expectations, what will happen? Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu upajayate. This is from 2nd chapter. Again, constantly we think of, I have to get this, I have to get this, I have to have this, I have to have this. Then there is a clinging to that. And you will not be able to, even if you come to a spiritual lecture, you will not be able to think properly. Or any other work also, it will be constantly disturbed by that thought. Maybe you will never be able to get it. Never be able to get something. But still your mind is thinking that, oh, suppose. There are many parents, the children are not that brilliant. But they get so disturbed because they want the child to become an engineer. So disturbed. How to make the child an engineer? So, this kind, a small example I gave. So, we have to restrain our mind, restrain our senses, and see that it remains controlled and restrained, and we are not taken away from our aim of what? Prasada and Shanti. Naturally, the restraint has to be, so one has to practice this. One has to make effort to do these things in little things in everyday life. So the sloka that I chanted, this Brahmananda Rasanubhuti Kalitaihi, that a Shishya who came to the Guru, he said, all these things, please pour your pitcher full of nectarine Brahma Nanda Anubhuti. The Ananda out of your realization of Brahman, which is like a nectarine liquid, pour on me because I am scorched by the worldliness. I want to get drenched by it. And ultimately what he says, Dhanyaste bhavadikshana kshanagatehe patri kritaha svikritaha. They are the blessed one, the dhanyas, who have come near you, had your glance, and you have accepted them, and you have started giving them the knowledge. They are the dhanyas. So I told you that all of you are dhanyas. All of you are blessed, very fortunate, and all this fortunate feeling, all this knowledge which purifies the mind. Actually, it purifies, it sublimates the mind. For some time we forget everything. We feel that there is nothing, no problem in life. But everybody says that when we go back again, all problems come. So for that, practice is necessary. And I would say, definitely practice is necessary. But if you love that practice, love the aim itself, that I want to have prasada in my mind, that effortless prasada. And what is that effortless prasada? It is of the soul. It is inside us, in our inside. And it comes out like a fountain. It is our true nature. It does not depend on anything. We don't look inside for that ananda. We look outside, always for ananda. Always for happiness and delight, we are looking outside from objects and places and people, situations, etc. But we don't look inside where it does not need anything. No money is necessary. Nothing is necessary. It is flowing out. But we don't dip into ourselves. Even if we try to dip, our vision is blurred and becomes hazy by our distracting thoughts. So we have to see how we can remain connected and remove these distracting thoughts in the midst of whatever our life is. Okay? Oh, you? Okay. Anybody has any question? Yes. How and when does one know they want to seek the path of self-realization? I enjoy the hustle and highs and lows that come with it. What brings the drive to pursue a dispassionate life? Please excuse my ignorance. Actually, you will come to know in all these scriptures and those who follow the path, you will find that at one point people start feeling that everything is there, but still the mind is not full. Still, we feel that something more has to be attained. We have got something, whatever we wanted, but then the mind becomes anxious for something else. More and more and more. But the mind is never satisfied. When that kind of a state comes, that the mind is not satisfied with whatever it has and is constantly looking for something more, that is not anything wrong. But in wanting something more, if your mind becomes disturbed, agitated, fearful, afflicted, and you become tense and stressed, then that is not all right. So especially for youngsters, I'm saying, for you there is a life is there. So many things to enjoy. So we are not saying that you should not enjoy the life. You go along with it. But know that along with this, you can pursue the self-realization path. It's not that right in the beginning you will realize it. But this spiritual path, the path of spiritual knowledge, that will help you in whatever you are doing. Your profession, your domestic life, when you become parents, how to bring them up without attachment, how to deal with your old parents, how to deal with your friends and relatives. Everything will become good by spiritual knowledge. And there is that, I think that Devashri, your question, I would frame it in this manner, that one, I think everybody wants to have good qualities, right? Good qualities, good virtues. The path of self-realization is a path of good values and virtues. Because every good value, every good quality belongs to the Atma, the soul, the inside. So I think whatever one is doing, one should aspire for self-realization, to become a good human being first, and then grow ahead. And you should see where it's taking you, whether you become more wholesome in that or not. And you have written that what brings the drive to pursue a dispassionate life. Once I told you, I don't know whether all were there. We were in Kharagpur, IIT, and Swamiji used to come to Jamshedpur. So we used to go and meet him and listen to his lecture and meet personally, ask him, especially because Swamiji's Gurudev, Baba, had given the, responsibility of my spiritual growth, our spiritual growth to Swamiji. Swamiji, even if we did not ask for some time to spend with him personally, he would call us and say that, what are you doing, etc., etc. So, in that, once I asked him, Swamiji, how to become more and more dispassionate? So, he said that, you are asking, why are you so much after dispassion? Why should you become dispassionate? Love everything. But see to it that you grow such qualities which will make your mind pure and sublime. You understand? So my next question was, okay, how will I become pure? How to get that purity of mind? Then Swamiji said, love purity and purity will be yours. Whichever quality you want to have, love that quality. That is, love that quality means yearn for that quality. Yearn, when we yearn, suppose in a very worldly life also, when we yearn to buy something, say a gadget or laptop or whatever, so you will first research what is available, how does it work, you will ask, you will see the reviews. That means, what are you doing actually? You are making an effort to buy the best, right? So, here also, Swamiji said that, in the worldly situation, you are giving your best to buy the best thing that you want. Similarly here, if your aim is to have a particular quality, you love that quality, yearn for it in such a manner, it will become yours. And I think we all have that kind of an experience, all of us have. So that is why you will find that many, even Bhagavad Gita, it says the lakshanas of the bhaktas. She was asking me a question that who are the bhaktas, what is bhakti? Generally we go to temples, worship this and that, do rituals. Is that bhakti, or what is truly bhakti? Truly bhakti is when we don't ask for anything from God. That is true bhakti. What we do, we go to the temples or we do puja and say that, oh God, I'm giving you so much of puja, so please keep my whole family all right. My son should get a good job, my daughter should get a good husband, my grandchild should get admitted to the best school, my case I should win the case that is going on in the court. This is what we say. Bhakti is when it is unmotivated. It flows. Because I cannot love you, so I love you, God. I don't want anything from you. So Devashri, is it okay? So you should not look for dispassion. You should look for fulfillment. Fulfillment by loving everybody and expanding to everybody. Seeing oneself in everybody. How you will behave with yourself. Like what behavior you do not want for you from others. You should not do that to others. We always want others to behave well with us, so we should behave like that. We want others to love us, we should love everybody. That should be our. And the dispassion, that what you don't know, what you think about dispassion, I have to sit with you and understand. That worldliness which takes our mind from these thoughts and reflections, those you should try to reduce. But you are too young. Enjoy your life. There was one boy, he met Swamiji in Delhi, and so we were in the ashram at that time. Swamiji wrote to us, very long back. Swamiji wrote to us that such and such boy is wanting to join the ashram as a brahmachari, so he will be arriving. So make arrangement for him to stay. And Swamiji would be coming later. The boy never arrived. So Swamiji arrived. Then what happened? Swamiji said, I also don't know, because those were not days of phone and mobile and all that. And he had not written to anything. He didn't arrive. Swamiji arrived. Swamiji said, I also don't know why he did not arrive. Then after some time, comes a letter from him that on the way he used to work in Delhi. His house is in Chennai. So on the way, he thought that before joining the ashram, I'll go to the house, meet my parents, and take their blessings and come to the ashram. So he went home. There the mother shed so much tears that he couldn't come anymore. And very soon the mother got him married also. So he's an engineer. He was in a very good job. So he comes with the wife and then tells Swamiji that, Swamiji, please tell me how to become a Jivan Mukta, that is self-realized. Swamiji said, no Jivan Mukta for you. You have married now, then your whole responsibility, duty is towards your husband, to your wife, and if the family comes, with the family. No Jivan Mukta. So for you, there is a lot of license, but restricted. Make your mind pure, that is what you can do. And I can tell you, you are very young. I told you that I also stepped on this path at a young age. My whole aim was how to become pure. How to become pure. And how to see God everywhere inside me, remain connected. And for each and everything, that was my only intention. I feel that in the beginning, like you are all maybe knowing Bhagavad Gita quite well, but I think I did not even know what was self or self-realization. Slowly I understood. But the feeling was, my mother had given a habit when I was a childhood, all siblings, that pray to God. And what is the prayer? Make me a good daughter. Only that. So from morning we'll be playing, going to school, etc., etc. And suddenly at night I have not prayed. So I will say, tell God, make me a good daughter. And she said that God is within you. So the presence of God, maybe it is blessings of God that right from childhood I found that presence in me, that God is inside. I used to talk to that God, quarrel with that God. If I felt fearful, I would say that, oh please, why are you giving me this fear? So it became as if a companion. And later I understood that being good means actually to have good qualities. And then I actually used to have a very good picture of myself. A picture having all good qualities, whatever I knew at that time. Not the Vedantic qualities I did not know, that Niranjana, Nirakara, Abhyaya, Shashwata, and all that I did not know. But patience, tolerance, love, sacrifice, sympathy, etc. Those good qualities, full of love, helping others, not getting irritated. And I used to find that I always fall from that, especially with my mother, constantly quarreling with small, small things. So it became my aim to make my picture full. And in that, whatever I knew, when I started this journey, I found that the characteristics of the Atma is the characteristics of the self-knowers. So the picture became bigger and bigger, and my whole sadhana was to have those qualities. And that is what I feel the sadhaka should do. The first step is to have the qualities. So, how do you prepare your mind to handle big negatives? Example, sudden, unexpected loss of a child. Okay. If you prepare yourself from small things, such big negatives also you will find will pass off. You will be able to. The loss of a child. We have seen in the ashram mothers who have lost the children. I know of that one boy was there. He was studying engineering in Trichur, near our ashram. He used to come and would spend some time and then go away. Very good boy, but very quiet boy. Then we heard that he has passed, he has got a job. And then suddenly one day, another devotee couple who knew that boy, came and told that he has committed suicide. And he had just worked for 1 year. And then it was the day of his birthday. Mother has prepared many things for her. And she was calling her. It was a Sunday also. So she was calling her. He was not replying. Then she went up and saw he has consumed poison and is lying on the terrace. What a shock for the mother. So this couple who knew the boy, they went and met the parents and then came and told Swamiji that I think it will be very good if Swamiji can give them some solace. So through that couple, the devotee couple, these parents were brought. And I still remember the way the mother was crying, shedding, and the Swamiji told her that you read the Bhagavatam, keep on reading. And in Kerala, Bhagavatam reading is very common. And they come to understand the Sanskrit also slowly. So she started reading. So those days were long back. So ashram was very small at that time, and we had only one telephone, which always used to remain outside, in the outside veranda. And our gate will be never locked because in the whole village there was only one telephone. So Swamiji used to say that we should not lock the gate. If somebody needs, they can come and maybe they need a taxi or they want to go get some medicine, so that the telephone is available. If the gate which is down below, So anyway, only one telephone is the main point here. So generally, and that time ashram, we were very few. All these Namrata and others were not there. So whenever a phone call would come, I was mainly taking the phone call. I remember initially that lady, as soon as she would hear me, she would ask to talk to Swamiji. She will cry and tell me also, then I would hand over the phone. Slowly, over the time, her voice changed. Her, whatever she would tell me, she first tell me that now I'm able to, control myself. I'm okay now. Yes, I remember him. But I feel that because of this, I became close to God. Because of this, I've become close to God. And then she would learn slokas, reflect upon them, and many years have passed now. There's no sorrow, has completely taken it. And very recently in our ashram also happened, a very close devotee who was 61 years old, but from his 30s he was associated with us. He was not married. So he during the COVID, he was working from home, so he thought that it will be helpful to come to ashram and help us. So he was there in the COVID period. Then he decided that 2-3 years had left of job, he left it. And that is the time when Swamiji became very sick, 2-3 times hospitalization. So he was the person who was serving Swamiji personally. So later on, there are 2 boys who attend to Swamiji. He was also there. This February, he had gone to Delhi, he came back. And on 14th February, he was to go with Nutan Swamiji to Jamshedpur. And so he was there. Or he was, for the last few days, he was saying that I'm having acidity, I'm not able to take anything. And Miru, who's a doctor, she used to tell that go and see a doctor or try to give some medicine. Oh, no, with your blessing, with Swamiji's blessings, I'll be okay, and all that. On 12th February night, I suddenly found he's not able to talk even. I said, what happened? Tomorrow you must go to the doctor. When he went to the doctor on 13th February, the doctor immediately, he went to a general physician, the doctor immediately said that you immediately go to the emergency, heart failure. There's 20% heart is working. And the whole chest is full of fluid. They put him in ICU, and within 2 days he had a severe cardiac arrest, which repeated 2-3 times, gone. So it was like losing a child. And his parents are in Delhi, Chennai, so the body was taken there. The Swamiji said, let the car come, the vehicle come to the ashram so that everybody can see him. He was so close to us. So he went away. So we were all feeling very quiet, very quiet. Ashram became quiet. And because for everything he was there. Actually, he would have come here and in this trip. So I was asking Swamiji, how do you feel? Then, because he was typing for Swamiji, arranging Swamiji's table, all the letters he used to file, and personally taking care of Swamiji, giving him bath. I asked him, Swamiji, how do you feel? Swamiji said, I don't look for his presence, and I don't miss his absence. You understand? I don't look for his presence, and I don't miss his absence. So I said, oh Swamiji, this is what a Jivan Mukta is. Na shochati, na kangshati. Na shochati means I do not grieve. And na kangshati means I do not desire. So Swamiji has not told the shloka, but for his feelings he said that, yes, he is in everything. For me, he has not gone. He is in everything. And this is what. So, Ajay, this sudden, unexpected loss. The other day, one very young couple, the parents came. The son, who was married 5 months, died suddenly in a two-wheeler accident. And the mother, she spent 7 days in our company. When she went with a smile. After that, 2-3 times we have met her. She says that, "Main theek hu, I'm okay now." So, you have to prepare your mind for small things to accept. Then maybe a great thing also can be accepted. Is it okay? I think I've crossed 4 o'clock. So was it anything interesting? I think that when we give the small examples, it becomes very, touches the heart. So many things. Just one. I am very fond of flowers and garden. So when I went to the ashram, there was no flower. So Initially, I was not knowing the language, but still tried to grow some flowers. And slowly, if you come, you will find there's a very good garden. And that too is long. Earlier, I had to myself dig and do everything. And later, my health also failed. Now others look after. Now, in Kerala, in our Trichy, the earth is very tight. So we always have to mix sand with it. And it rains heavily. So if we have to be constantly watchful that waterlogging is not taking place. So I used to, every rainy season, I will go around a big garden, big area, so everywhere we have planted flowers. So go around and see waterlogging is not taking place. Now Guru Purnima came, altogether 10 days function. So many visitors, devotees had come, gone. So I had to do a lot of other work. I could not pay attention. And after that, when everybody had left, I found 6 very good hibiscus have gone. So I was crying. I was crying. I was younger. So I was crying. I was telling Swamiji that my hibiscus are beautiful. And I would go on the road if I see in a house that there is a flower which we don't have, I'll get down and ask them for a small cutting. Like this I have gathered. So my 6 hibiscus have gone. Then Swamiji heard for some time and she said, "What is there? Everybody has to die. Why are you crying so much?" And just few days before, one devotee in Jamshedpur, his daughter also suddenly died, Young girl, 20, 21 years, just died. So Swamiji said, "Why are you crying? Everybody has to die." See, she has died. Just like she has died, your plants have died. What's so much about it? Why are you crying? So these, small things, when it comes from that kind of a power, it remains in the heart. Okay, I will stop with a shloka. Sampurnam Jagadeva Nandanavanam Sarvepi Kalpadrumaha Gangam Vari Samastavari Nivaha Punya Samastah Kriyaha Vacha Prakrita Samskrita Shruti Shiro Varanasi Medini Sarvavasthitirasya Vastu Vishaya Drishti Parabrahmani Sarvavasthitirasya Vastu Vishaya Drishti Parabrahmani. Jai Guru. Jai Guru.